tonight's presentation is a compilation of the work that we have done over the last few months, and we have worked with our community on ClassRank. This presentation was live on our website, so I did want to make sure everyone that is here or does watch this, if they have any follow-up questions, that they do have my contact information and can reach out in order to answer any questions. So we went with the mantra that our job is not to prepare students for something. Our job is to help students prepare themselves for anything. One of the books that we happened upon this year was Empower by Spencer and A.J. Giuliani, and this really was the launch point for this work. A review above is our timeline. We wanted to be very transparent. We did not want to move quickly. We did announce very openly and publicly in February the announcement at the board meeting that we would begin studying ClassRank. During February and March, we did a lot of research as a cabinet or individually. We had the opportunity to engage our high school parents in April. Board member Brady was there with us at our high school coffee chat with Principal Kaufman. We did survey our parents at the completion of that event. We held 3 parent engagement sessions on May 7th during the day, after school immediately, and then during the evening. Those were publicly posted on our website. Principal Dunn did also a school messenger, and parents were able to both RSVP with the board office and or just show up. And then finally, the ClassRank study was posted on our website for all the stakeholders to view, again, to be very transparent. Throughout our research, we found out that according to the National Association of Secondary School Principals, 50% of high schools across the country no longer calculate ClassRank. So we are at a tipping point, but this is definitely an ongoing discussion with 50% of institutions, high school institutions, no longer calculating ClassRank. So we realize that we don't have to change the entire experience in order to give our students a different experience. So why is there a need for change? Well, currently we in the state of Ohio have the College Credit Plus program. This year alone we had over 325 courses were taken by our Milford Exempted Village School District students. It is possible to have a valedictorian or salutatorian that takes few of any classes with their Milford classmates. We're also seeing a decrease in the use of ClassRank by colleges and universities for the purposes of admissions. You can see that from 2011 and 2014, almost a 7% drop in significance over that period of time. We also really want to emphasize this notion of students' discovery versus overwhelming class loads to maintain a rank. We do realize that some students can handle 6 AP courses and do very well. However, we want students to explore their interests. And one example would be to take a personal fitness course. Our lead learner, Superintendent House, mentioned that is okay if a student would like to take a personal fitness course each year, each semester, if that is something that they are personally interested in, and we do allow them to do that. I also want to emphasize that our high school has an expansive course catalog with courses and electives that students should have the opportunity to engage in with to further their passion for learning. You know, we are an institution of learning, and we don't want students to focus on what their classmates are taking. We want them to explore their interests and wonders. When you go into college, it shouldn't be the first time where you open up a course catalog and decide, maybe that's something I'm interested in. We want to instill that passion or that try in something new while you're here with us, and we are very proud of the course catalog that we have. So we have a rising number of students who are expressing stress and anxiety, focusing on the wrong path to success. Recently in the Columbus Dispatch, there's a reference to Columbus Hilliard, and they did a study around stress and students foregoing their elective courses in areas of interest or curiosity to attain a class rank. And also in that very article, Dublin Schools talks about their valedictorian is every student with a 4.1 or above. So definitely a change across the landscape. What you have here is a chart from the National Associations of the College Admissions Counselors. Now we realize this is a statistical average, and it could vary from institution to institution, but in 2014, as you can see, the three top criteria are your grades, an individual student's grades in college prep courses, their overall grades in all courses, strength of curriculum, and that's our work as a district, maintaining a rigorous strength of curriculum so our students are prepared for their pathway after they graduate. Then you'll see the ACT, followed by the essay or writing sample, council recommendation, students' demonstrated interest. Colleges are saying if you are interested in our program and what we have a strength in, you are most likely to be finishing and staying on because that's an interest or passion that you have, followed by teacher recommendation and class rank. Again, these are averages and they do vary from institution to institution. Recently, the University of Chicago had an article, and they identified that many colleges have found that students' transcripts, their high school grades, and rigor of courses are the most valuable predictors of future performance. So again, the strength of our local curriculum is the fact that we were ranked 26 out of 866 public high schools in Ohio. We do have 24 advanced placement courses for students to choose. We were selected this past year again to be on the AP Honor Roll. That's only 447 schools across the nation are recognized. The class of 2017 earned $20.7 million in scholarships. Again, our master schedule is designed around student interest. We do add courses if there is a demonstrated interest by our student body. And we also take away courses that they tell us are no longer in their pathway of interest. It is flexible and it's there to meet the needs of our students. And then we do have a strong recognition of students who earn the Latin honors. We did have 86 candidates who earned the highest Latin honor this year during the 2018 school year. We did engage our students. They are our critical consumer. We asked them when planning your schedule what factor is most important to you. As you can see there, the overwhelming pie is electives I am interested in or would like to try. You can also see that's followed by honors and college prep courses, AP courses, classes that prepare you for success on the ACT and SAT, and the smallest sliver out of the 1,200 responses was courses that help me be the valedictorian or salutatorian. We are very happy to see that electives and interests are what drive our students. We also asked them to rate the importance of each of the following on a scale of 1 to 5. As you can see, AP courses, ACT, SAT prep, electives they're interested in, and extracurricular activities far outpaced valedictorian and salutatorian. In those 4 parent engagement sessions, we also had the opportunities to engage our parents. As you can see here, when planning for scheduling with your students, which factor is most important to you? Honors and college prep courses, AP courses, classes that prepare you for success on ACT, SAT, and electives I am interested in. Absolutely no one chose the valedictorian and salutatorian option. And then, just like our students, please rate each of the following on a scale of 1 to 5. Again, AP courses, ACT, SAT prep, electives, and extracurriculars far outpaced valedictorian and salutatorian. We did get great feedback from our community that ranged from overwhelming support to making sure that we weren't going on the bandwagon of every student gets a trophy. But overwhelmingly, when engaging our parents, they were very happy to see that we were really looking at overall impact and making sure that this is something that is in the best interest of our students. So this is our current practice. We have utilized the Latin system for a few years, summa cum laude, which is currently at 4.25, magna cum laude, which is 3.8 to 4.249, and cum laude. And again, there were 86 students who did fall into the highest Latin honors this year. Again, this is a practice our students are aware of. This is something that they strive to achieve. And what's nice about this is it's not a moving target. It is a set line that students have an opportunity to choose to attain, versus valedictorian and salutatorian is very dependent on what someone else does and how they plan their course load. And this is a static line that our students can choose to aim for. So our final product that you have in front of you does not change any of our weightings. The weightings listed here for our freshman and sophomore classes, our junior and senior level courses, and our AP courses are exactly the same. There are some academic institutions that are going with a 5-point scale, but in our research, there is no consistency amongst colleges and universities on whether that's good or bad. So we feel very confident based on the inconsistencies and the feedback from our local universities here in the area that staying on a 4-point scale is absolutely fine and in no way does any harm to our students. So the items included in tonight's regulation will be for the students that are entering the 9th grade currently this fall. We will remove the valedictorian and salutatorian recognition. We will only report class rank when requested by an institution of higher learning and or an organization that may require it for a student. There are some national clearinghouses or some national scholarship applications that may require you a percentile or a rank. We will always make sure that our counselors are able to report that to that student's properly requested organization. We will continue to utilize the Latin system to honor achievement. The only change we will make based on feedback from our community sessions is bumping the highest honors from 4.25 to 4.5. Again, a static line that every student has the opportunity to strive for. We are also aware that we will need to work with our local scholarship organizations so that they know not to request class rank on their scholarship applications. This is our sources to be very transparent. The National Association for College Admission Counseling, the National Association of Secondary School Principals, the College Board, and the Forbes Association, and then some of the top blogs and websites that our local universities or colleges also recommended. So we realize that inspiration is one of the chief needs of today's students. Kids walk into schools full of wonder and questions, yet we often ask them to hold their questions for later so we can get through the curriculum. We forget that our responsibility isn't to solely teach memorization or the mechanics of a task, but to spark a curiosity that empowers students to learn on their own, to wonder, to explore, and to become leaders. And we believe this change really will help our students focus on their interests, their sparks, and their curiosity.